Hi, I'm Suneet Mittal reporting from the 17th Annual Asia Pacific Heart Rhythm Society meetings in Sydney, Australia. And I'm joined by Prash Sanders, the organizing chairman of this year's meeting. Welcome, Prash.
Thank you, Suneet.
Well, we're looking forward to kicking off this meeting in a couple of hours, but the meeting in some ways already gotten started. There were a bunch of pre-meetings this morning, standing room only at all the conduction system pacing sessions. I'm amazed at how much interest this topic continues to get.
Absolutely. I think this region has a lot to do with where conduction system pacing started, and they've kept going. And so we're seeing good studies coming out of it, and so the next generation is interested in knowing the evidence. So this has been good.
Yeah, and it's really amazing to see each year the data accumulates, the randomized trials are now underway, and a lot of technology solutions on the horizon to really help people understand where it is that they're pacing. And I think over the next couple of years, I see no change in this momentum happening.
Absolutely. I think that this is something that we're seeing globally. And we're going to witness it here at this meeting as well.
Well, Prash, you've been at this meeting trying to organize it for a better part of a year. It's really come together nicely. I wondered if for the audience, you could just highlight some of the key things that you're excited about and some of the novel aspects of this year's meeting.
I think one of the key things that we've focused on this year is really to look at implementation of guidelines. We've had a lot of guidelines being presented recently. We've had the AHA, HRS, AF guidelines. We've had the ESC guidelines. We've also had, for AF management, we've had the AF ablation consensus document. We've had the remote monitoring guidelines, syncope guidelines, and also the Lancet Commission on sudden cardiac death. So we're focusing on a lot of those avenues of how clinicians, particularly in this region, can now implement this to patient care. I think that's going to be an important factor in this. I want to highlight a couple of other sessions. We have one session tomorrow which really looks at the burden of AF in the Asia Pacific region. One of the things that's relatively unknown is the number of people in this region with atrial fibrillation, and that's going to be massive, that session. That's a Nature Reviews Cardiology session. I'd also like to highlight the many sessions which are in theatres which allow discussions. And we've had key things such as what do you do after pulmonary veins are already isolated and you have recurrent arrhythmias? What do you do for remote monitoring? And as such, so there's a lot of interactive sessions which I think people are going to find very useful in terms of education from this meeting.
Prash, I saw that there are a number of very innovative late-breaking clinical trial sessions. I know the Heart Rhythm TV team is going to be covering those a little bit in depth, but can you talk a little bit about the high-quality science that's being presented here, and as I understand it, being published simultaneously in some of the leading journals this week?
Absolutely. This has been a great project and a great collaboration with a lot of the journals. We had a record number of late-breaking trials. We've managed to accept 28 of them for presentations in different areas. We have things from large-scale conduction system pacing studies. We have studies looking at lifestyle changes to change the substrate for atrial fibrillation. We have new AF ablation technologies being presented. So these are great studies that are going to move our field forward. And probably very exciting is that all of our EP journals, some of the general cardiology journals have come on board, have reviewed this in record speed, and we're going to see a number of these papers come out simultaneously published, which is great for the authors and great for the science in our field.
Well, fabulous. Well, Prash, congratulations to you and the entire organizing team for putting together what it really promises to be an amazing meeting. I want everyone to stay tuned for more coverage from the Heart Rhythm TV crew as we cover some of these late-breaking clinical trial sessions in greater depth, as well as some of the other great science that's being presented here. So more updates to follow from Sydney, Australia. Thanks for joining us today. And again, good luck with the rest of the meeting, Prash.
Thanks, Suneet.